All right. Hi, guys. So this is an add-on to all the other Lionsgate Portal videos that we've had. And this is just something that I personally wanted to mention. I shared this on my social media in August, mid-August 2023, so last year when I'm recording this video. And this is just a list of things that usually happen around the Lionsgate portal and after, because you have to see it in a way of you're ushering all this energy, you're feeding into this demonic agenda through the meditations that you're doing on the Lionsgate portal, which I'll explain in a minute too. And then all of this happens. For people who are new, go to this playlist, Beware the Lionsgate Portal Deception. There is a video called It's Real Symbolism, Masonic Symbols and Rituals, that will explain it very well. And that one was aired in the three videos that I had in 2023, so it explains it very well. And this is literally just an add-on. I had to white out this part for obvious reasons, but you can look up yourself what happened during it. Now, a very significant one that happened last year was Hawaii, the Hawaii fires. And Hawaii fires, I had a video on that too, but basically they were caused by this certain agenda that we're discussing in this video, the Masonic agenda. It's such a coincidence that it happened on August 8th. Not really, obviously I'm joking. But yeah, it happened right after August 8th and this was massive last year. I feel more people than ever even, participated in this Lionsgate portal thing. So this happened right after because Hawaii is a few hours behind mainland the US, and it's, almost a full day behind everything else like Europe, New Zealand, Australia, everything. And of course the numbers are 808 in Hawaii, even amplifying this more. So when you have numbers that correspond to this, they're just amplifying it even more, 884422, all of that. And of course, what I already say in the video, the energy of the land and the lack of respect that people have shown towards Hawaii, especially over the past 4 to 5 years, from 2020 on, real estate just really being taken over, greedy people entering, trying to take advantage of sacred land, because Hawaii is very sacred land. For people who have ever been there, like I've been there myself, or people who are from there, which I know some people are watching this channel, most sacred land that you can find. And so the land itself was pushing back, but obviously the fires were caused by someone and something. And I still got this one comment recently of someone claiming, oh no, they were caused by this electric fault or whatever. And it's like, at this point, don't even reply to that anymore, because what am I supposed to say? Like, do you literally have eyes and ears to see and to hear? Because obviously you don't. So no, they were very clearly caused. Some people say it was the lasers. There are all these other theories about it. It's irrelevant for this video. You can watch that particular video, but that happened right after the Lionsgate portal. And there are tragedies that happened in previous years on or around August 8th, which we'll go through. What I want to say beforehand is August 8th was always used as an important date to pull off a demonic agenda by world governments. Before the Lionsgate portal became a thing, which we went through in the last video, it wasn't even a thing until 2012, if even. I want to say 2016, 2017, but you literally can't find anything about this before 2012, by the way. So this did not even occur until 2012 and beyond, that it became a thing for especially New Agers, but it turned into a mass event of energy harvest. And that's exactly the point of why I'm airing these videos. Once the energy was harvested with mass meditations and other techniques, that energy could be directed by the controllers and Freemasons to then pull off more horrendous agendas. Do you still think all of this is a coincidence? Just think very clearly. And I do want to point out, this does not just happen on the Lionsgate portal. Another very significant date they try to pull off a bunch of stuff, energy harvests and the sacrifice energy, and I call it even the sacrifice month or the sacrifice portal, is Christmas, around the Christmas time, because a lot of Christmas wounds are opening up around that time. I have a video on that too. And eclipse dates are very clearly also used for mass energy harvest, especially nowadays that more and more New Agers are preying upon them and meditating on them and calling in all these astral entities to amplify that energy. Eclipse dates, unfortunately, are being used to harvest a lot. But also the more eclipse dates, like the latest one was in April, the more these dates are being emphasized by the mainstream, the more people are actually looking into that. There are a few different things that happen during the eclipse that are different from the Lionsgate Portal energy and also the Christmas portal and all of that. But to be short, the eclipse dates are used for a variety of different agendas. One of them for sure is to put this veil and blanket more over the masses and to really hypnotize them with people staring into the light, you know, the fake sunlight and all of that. Okay, so the Lionsgate Portal is not the only one, but since we're talking about it, it's significant to go through a few things that have happened on August 8th. And so last year in 2023, it was Lahaina in Maui, Hawaii, when it was burning. August 9th, 2022, South Korea is hit by monumental floods. And if you look at it, August 9th in South Korea is August 8th here in the US. And most people who are doing this are in Europe and the US. There are a few people in Australia that may be doing it too, but it's more like the Western world that's really falling for this. I mean, of course, South Africa, South America, all of those too. So August 9th is pretty much the same time the Lionsgate Portal is here. And it was hit by monumental floods. A few weeks before that, you had the Kentucky floods, which was also right around the July 26th opening of the gate. So people are already starting participating in it a few weeks before. You're welcome. You called all of this in, how I like to say it. August 2021, this was huge. Afghanistan collapses a week after the Lionsgate Portal, and Afghanistan has not yet recovered from any of that, by the way. So if you are still believing this has nothing to do with the government, Afghanistan happened because of the US government. And you can look into all of that history too. But right now we're having this huge Middle East conflict, which I'm going to mention in a few moments. And it's the same area. They keep trying to disturb this area because there is ancient knowledge there. There are treasures hidden in those areas, the latest treasure hidden in Gaza, as I already said in a different video. And Afghanistan happened 2021, which kind of makes me believe whatever happened October 2023 already was set in motion in 2021, and also in the 1990s with all the Gulf Wars and everything. August 2020, wildfires burn in the American West. So that was closer to Oregon. I think even was it Yellowstone around there, but you can look it up yourself. And on actual August 8th, in the decades before, 1974, Richard Nixon announces his resignation following the Watergate scandal. 1962, something with polio, you can look that up. 1929, USA Graf Zeppelin. 1963, Great Britain, the Great Train Robbery. 1976, the USA Legionnaire's Disease. 1988, the Burmese 88888 uprising. You have to look that up. So that was actual August 8th, 1988. So they keep trying to hijack this 8888888. And this year they're saying because we're in an 8 year, which is 2024, technically we're both in an 8 year and a 6 year, by the way. So you have the numerology of both. So don't just believe people who say we're in an 8 year. That's not entirely correct. Like I already said, I like to send out a newsletter at the beginning of the year saying everything about the numerology. So don't get blinded by that numerology, because it's the numerology they themselves put onto us through all the calendar changes we've had too. But yes, of course, this year and then also in 2 years again, you're going to have those dubious 8 numbers amplified. And then in 2000, you had the brush fires, which were the worst in 50 years. And do you still think all of this is a coincidence? Think very clearly. So the government needs more energy from not just the government, whoever's behind this, you know, the cabal, the Freemasons, the elite, so-called elite, which if they really were so above us, they wouldn't need your energy to harvest it, but they're not. So they need you to feed into all of this solution, whatever. Some people call it loosh. I actually don't even like that word at all. And I want to discuss it in a different video, how the entire community behind that does not resonate with me either. But to make it short, so they need your energy to feed into that. And then I got a really upset comment. This is from last year. Wait, are you shaming people who meditated and manifested during the Lionsgate Portal? I think, and that was when I posted this on my social media, I think it was Instagram. This person literally, this little Karen, this little troll face comes to my thing, doesn't even follow any of mine. And I'm literally like, did you miss all the Lionsgate Portal deception videos on my feed? Did you not understand what you're feeding into? Are you even for real at this point? That's the only reply I have for people like that. and let the sheep be sheep. Please stay off my feed, out of my comment section if you're like that. I'm not overgeneralizing, but that's literally how I felt last year. And this is for people who really want to be awake to all the deceptions, not those who are just tired fighting against it, you know, because we're all tired of what's going on right now. We're all just exhausted, especially over this last year again. It's just going to get harder and harder and harder and harder. By the way, they're just going to throw more and more and more at you until you finally see through it. And at one point, you're just not going to have any other option to either entirely close your eyes, shut down your ears, and just look elsewhere, or until you finally want to start digging through these deceptions and understanding them for what they are. But I do know people who follow this channel, you know, very clearly. You're probably on point of all of that. You're just following maybe other psyops like the truther psyop and all of those people. So meanwhile, while we're all being distracted by the Olympics, by this dubious Lionsgate Portal energy, which is really trying to harvest your energy, and the more you stay away from it, the better. And if you want to know how to protect yourself from it, my psychic protection course, which I'll put a link below, is great for that, has great reviews too. While we're all being distracted by that, what's happening in the Middle East once again? So first of all, you have a worship presence in Cyprus. The northern part of Cyprus, meaning Turkish Cyprus, does not like that. And this worship presence, by the way, has been amping up since October already. I think there are more and more Americans there now than ever before, which is quite unusual because Cyprus is so far from the US and there's not any direct flight. Unlike from the UK, there's no direct flight from the US to Cyprus. And yet here you have more Americans than usual, and some of them are Navy. So they have a Navy base close to Larnaca, for people who didn't know. So that's been amping up a little bit. They usually do come through Limassol though. Let me put this down. I don't think you can still see it. But yeah, they usually come through Limassol. And let's put it back up. And then you have that's already been going on for a week or so. And then you have this here, Middle East again, braces for a week. So I do find it very convenient that the Olympics, whatever they're projecting with the Olympics and this entire gender debate that happened with that one boxer, very convenient because they're distracting from this. Like most people are not even really paying attention to what's going on in this area of the world anymore. I feel Saudi Arabia is also involved as per usual. But this is literally going on. I wouldn't be surprised if the energy over there feels horrendous as per usual. Like I already noticed on my visit earlier this year. Probably feels very dense. At least that's how I would imagine it to be. Very tiring to be in it. And yeah, that's all I have to say in regards to that. So by feeding into the Lionsgate Portal, you're not only feeding into your energy being siphoned and harvested, but you're feeding into all of this. And what I actually got is you're feeding into whoever wants to win this. So obviously Israel wants to win this. If you're against Israel, don't feed into the Lionsgate Portal. Even if you're pro-Israel, this is some really, really, really dark energy that's going on. And I have a lot of videos on the Gaza conflict and how they're really trying to dig into the treasure and everything. And you just have to ask yourself, you know, this is not even about you manifesting anything for yourself. You can do that at any point in time. You don't even have to have a new moon or full moon or whatever the New Agers try to make you believe. But you can manifest whatever you want, but by doing it around the time of the portals, or actually with the intention of the Lionsgate Portal in your head, that energy is not going towards your life. It's going towards all of this, meaning it's going to whoever wants to feed into this world. And I think, who is it? Is Lockheed in charge of the ammunition and weapons? I think their stocks just went up too, right? Like very recently, they just exploded. I saw a graph online. I didn't verify if it's true or not. But whenever that happens, it means weapons are being manufactured to a rate they never were before, or at least in the year or two before. And that usually means something is going on. So that also happened right before they tried to take over Afghanistan and all of those things. So yeah, you have to ask yourself what's really going on. And I hope this helps someone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Share your thoughts below. If you ever made it out of that New Age deception, or if something somehow convinces you at one point. And you know, there are plenty of videos on my channel you can watch in regards to it. Also other people's channels who are exposing this. Until then, have a wonderful one. Bye guys.